I'd like to call the January 3rd Common Council meeting to order. It is 6:02 p.m. Councilwoman Cutler, Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
Recording
and
in
to
progress.
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Clerk Treasurer Parthune.
Hi, Council. I just want to make a quick comment. Since there are council members on Zoom tonight, everything that is voted on, we have to do a roll call vote, so you'll have to vote out loud, so just please remember that. Thank you. And so let's go ahead. Councilwoman Cutler,
Present.
Councilwoman West,
Here.
Councilman Konechny,
Present.
Councilman Frankie,
Present.
Councilwoman Ficus. She's here. We hear Councilwoman Ficus?
Councilwoman Ficus.
Present.
Oh, thank you. Councilman Vincent. And Councilman Galloway.
Here.
6 present, 1 absent.
Approval of minutes. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
I make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Second. Laura.
I have a motion and a second. Discussion. Hearing none. All those in favor state by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 6-0.
Nick, do we have to list out their names, or if I hear them say aye, are we okay?
I would do it individually by name.
Okay,
Correct.
Yes.
Yep.
So we will take a roll call vote on the approval of minutes
right.
individually. Council, or Clerk Treasurer Parthone.
Councilwoman Cutler,
Aye.
Councilwoman West,
Aye.
Councilwoman Konechny,
Aye.
Councilman Frankie,
Aye.
Councilwoman Ficus,
Aye.
Councilman Vincent, not here, Councilman Galloway.
Aye.
Thank you.
Petitions and comments of citizens. I do not have any comments before us. Anybody, social media? Anybody from the public that would like to speak? Please state your name and address for the record.
Good evening. My name is Dean White, 3066 North US Highway 35, the old Pine Lake Grange Farmers Hall. I have 2 issues that I'd like to address. One is I recently opened up an Airbnb downtown on the 2nd floor above Four Seasons Asian Fusion Restaurant. And currently there's about 88 Airbnbs in the city of LaPorte. And there's a lot of encouragement to add second-story improvements downtown, and there are some Airbnbs in plan. The problem that I'm running into is a parking issue. There are no more city parking spaces available, and I've gone before the traffic committee meeting to address this, and they just found that the ordinance requires each individual automobile to be registered under a parking permit, but that's for 30 days. With an Airbnb, it is a residence, and there are people that are coming and going throughout the month. So we're not able to address the license plate issues on the parking permit. So I'm requesting that you adopt a new ordinance for businesses and make it available so that we can have 1 ticket per month that we can utilize for each of our guests that will be staying downtown.
And the second item?
Okay, second item, if I could pass some pictures out.
Okay. And give enough, and I'll make sure the rest of the council gets those.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. White.
How you doing, Dean?
Okay, so I deem this matter as urgent due to public safety. There is a public safety issue, and it needs to be addressed and repaired immediately. The winter weather mix of snow and ice compounds this safety issue. This is a public request to repair a hole located on the pedestrian sidewalk on Monroe Street. There's a hole located on the pedestrian sidewalk near 701 Lincoln Way on Monroe Street with the dimensions of 27 inches by 24 inches and 3.5 inches deep at the deepest part of the hole. This hole was created when a decorative street lamp post on Monroe Street was removed and a much smaller post was installed for stringing lights over Monroe Street, which is a very nice complement to the street. And this resulted in a very deep hole in the paving bricks. This is a definite fall and injury hazard for any and all pedestrians visiting the businesses located in the area. An inspection by Jeff at the code enforcement was made, and he reported this to the engineering and building department. Unfortunately, the decision was made to disregard this repair until early spring. This hole is a hazard now and cannot wait until spring. The winter weather mix of snow and ice only makes this hole more of a hazard. Therefore, I'm bringing this to your attention again for a review now. The repair needs to be done immediately to avoid any fall and injury to pedestrians visiting the businesses and residences located near the hole. Furthermore, my real estate and business at Interlude Eddie Tropel and the Four Seasons Asian Fusion Restaurant are located in the path of this hole. Therefore, we are bringing this to your attention, and we are taking the necessary steps to inform you of this public safety issue and the urgency to repair it now. Any personal injury and/or business liability, as per my insurance company, must be put on the City of LaPorte, and the City of LaPorte is hereby put on notice to exempt the property owners and entities of any liability arising out of personal injury caused by the City of LaPorte's failure to repair this deep hole. And the pictures will show you that the different views of that indentation that is pretty dangerous. I've mentioned it through the summer and then finally recently to Jeff at Code Enforcement, but he told me that he was told directly that it's not going to be addressed.
Thank you. Questions from council? Thank you, Mr. White.
Okay, can I give you some extra copies?
Please. Thank you. Anybody else for public comment?
I have one question on this. Doesn't that go before the bid?
Most likely that would go for the bid.
Oh, okay.
Laura, Councilwoman Cutler, are you aware of this? I know you're part of the bid, this issue that Mr. White just addressed.
I have not had, I haven't seen Dean White come to the bid board, but
Well,
I know
we'll
that Dave
make-
Heinhold had done a walkthrough of the bid with brick repairs. I don't know how long ago it was reported, but I don't remember Dean coming to the bid board with the report. But if he already went to engineering,
Okay. Well,
I'm
we'll-
not sure. The bid
We'll make
board-
sure you get this document that he dropped off here then, so that the bid can
that
take
would
a
be
look
great
at it.
because I have bid a week from today.
Yep.
Perfect. Thank
I
you.
can, okay.
Standing committee reports. Councilman Frankie.
The redevelopment commission met on last Wednesday, the 30th, here at council chambers. Update was given on a couple projects. Most excitingly is the Don George building is now fully demolished and looks 1,000 times better. The Clear Lake Loop Trail reconstruction project is under engineering and moving along and expected to begin, I guess, early spring and into summer of this year. And 2 public bids were opened regarding purchase of real estate on Boyd Boulevard, and I believe they're just waiting on attorney approval before that's approved, but they both sounded good to me. School board meets next Monday, a week from today, at 6 p.m. at the Educational Service Center, and the next redevelopment commission meeting is on January 26, 5:15, here at council chambers, and the Diversity and Inclusion Committee meets on the 27th, 5 p.m. here in council chambers.
Councilman Galloway.
The Police Merit Commission meeting will be January 11th, 2 o'clock at the police station. That's all I got.
Councilwoman Cutler.
Business Improvement District Board will meet Monday, the 10th at 5 p.m. at City Hall, and we are interested to see if there are any virtual options for that day. Also, the Urban Enterprise Association meeting will meet Wednesday, the 19th at 4 p.m. at City Hall. That's it.
Councilwoman West.
The Fire Merit Commission will meet on Wednesday, January 5th at 6:30 at Fire Station Number 1. And that's all I have to report for tonight.
Councilwoman Konechny.
The Airport Authority will meet on Monday, January 10th at 5:15. This is not consistent with the normal schedule, and I anticipate this meeting to be via Zoom. Also, the Historic Preservation Commission will be meeting on Wednesday, January 12th at 5:30, and right now it's slated to be in council chambers.
Councilwoman Ficus.
Okay, sorry if I'm cutting in and out. I think I have a bad connection. The only thing that I have to report is that Traffic Commission will be meeting tomorrow 6 p.m. at the police station.
And before moving to the other item, I just want to share with the council, this is what we've talked about. It doesn't happen overnight, but we have $20 million worth of sidewalk issues in the city of LaPorte. We have $50,000 to $100,000 a year to spend to repair sidewalks. So we're looking at items, how to rethink how we provide safe, clean sidewalks. But this wasn't a problem that just happened this year. So we're going to come up with something. But again, we have $30 million worth of road issues, $20 million worth of sidewalk issues, and we get just under $2 million for roads. We get $50,000 to $100,000 that we spend on sidewalks. So we have a big opportunity in front of us, and the bid district has been a part of that, and we've got a lot of work to do. So it's just not downtown, and we will find a solution, but it won't be something where everything gets done today or tomorrow. Item number 7, President Pro Tem appointment. Do I have a motion?
Your Honor, I'd like to make a motion to reappoint Tim Frankie as the President Pro Tem for the upcoming year.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor state by saying aye.
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 We will do roll call. My apologies. Roll call, Clerk Treasurer Parthun.
Councilwoman Cutler.
Aye.
Councilwoman West.
Aye.
Councilwoman Konechny.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ficus.
Aye.
Councilman Galloway.
Aye.
Councilman Frankie.
Aye.
Councilman Vincent's not here.
Motion passes
Thank you.
6-0. Congratulations.
Does he maintain grammar chief as well with that?
Councilwoman Ficus is making a run for it, and I think she's doing pretty well.
And it'd be noted that he did vote for himself. Councilwoman Cutler, introduction of an ordinance.
Your Honor, I move to introduce an ordinance by title and amended items for a first reading.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Discussion. All those in favor state by saying individually.
Oh my
Roll
gosh.
call vote, please.
Councilwoman Cutler.
Aye.
Councilwoman West.
Aye.
Councilwoman Konechny.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ficus.
Aye.
Councilman Frankie.
Aye.
Councilman Galloway.
Aye.
Councilman Vincent is not here. Thank you.
Passes 6-0. Councilwoman Cutler.
Ordinance amending Ordinance 24-2021, fixing salaries of appointed officers and employees of the City of LaPorte, Indiana for the year 2022. Under the heading Engineering Department, Engineering Assistant Project Manager, $41,000. Under Community Development and Planning, Director of Community Development and Planning, $75,000. And under Community Development Block Grant, Community Development Program Manager, $56,692. End of amendments.
Discussion. Hearing none, we will move this to the second meeting in January. Councilwoman Konechny.
Your Honor, I move to introduce an ordinance read for the first time in its entirety.
Do I have a-
Second, Laura Cutler.
I have a motion and a second.
We have
Clerk Treasurer Parthone.
Councilwoman Cutler.
Aye.
Councilwoman West.
Aye.
Councilwoman Konechny.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ficus.
Aye.
Councilman Frankie.
Aye.
Councilman Galloway.
Aye.
Councilman Vincent is not here.
6-0. Councilwoman Konechny.
An ordinance designating 1403 Indiana Avenue, George Wood Allen House as a single-site historic preservation district within the city of LaPorte. Whereas the Common Council of the City of LaPorte, Indiana, by passage of the ordinance number 1820 and the subsequent ordinances amendments 2-90 and 6-91, has created a Historic Preservation Commission for the City of LaPorte, providing for historic preservation districts. And whereas ordinance 1820 and subsequent ordinances amending ordinance number 1820, ordinance number 2-90 and 6-91 provides procedures by which areas may be designated as historic preservation districts. And whereas the property owners at 1403 Indiana Avenue, Dorothy L. Rosenbaum, have petitioned the Historic Preservation Commission of the City of LaPorte to be designated as a single-site historic preservation district. And whereas the Historic Preservation Commission has found that the proposed single-site historic designation, district designation as described above met the historic district criteria as stated in ordinance number 1820, Article 3, Section 1, subsect D. And whereas the City of LaPorte Historic Preservation Commission at their meeting on December 21st, 2021, has reviewed the above application for historic preservation district designation and adopted resolution number 1-2022, recommending to the Common Council that 1403 Indiana Avenue be designated as a single-site historic preservation district. Now, therefore, be it and is hereby ordained by the Common Council of the City of LaPorte, Indiana as follows. Section 1, that the area listed on the attached Exhibit A is hereby designated a single-site historic preservation district. Section 2, that the map submitted here with as Exhibit A is approved and is noted that all legal steps have been taken by the Historic Preservation Commission pursuant to the ordinance number 1820 and subsequent amending ordinances 20-90 or 2-90, and 6-91. Section 3, that the general preservation standards adopted by the City of LaPorte Historic Preservation Commission shall be used to manage the herein described single-site historic district. And Section 4, that this ordinance shall be in full force and effect from and after writ's passage and any and all necessary approvals by the mayor. End ordinance.
Comments from the council. Comments from the
Well,
public?
I have a comment. I have a comment.
Ms. Councilwoman Cutler? I think we have a comment from the public.
Okay.
No? Go ahead. If you could state your name and address for the record.
Hi, I'm Dottie Rosenbaum, 1515 Indiana Avenue. I am here as president of People Engaged in
Give me
Preservation.
1 second, Dottie. Can you hear her?
Probably.
It's difficult.
If you
It's
could
hard to hear her.
Speak up, sorry.
Okay, maybe this will help as well.
Perfect.
Okay. I'll start from the beginning. Dottie Rosenbaum, 1515 Indiana Avenue. I'm here this evening as president of People Engaged in Preservation, the current owners of 1403 Indiana Avenue. And it is the organization that is seeking to designate the house. As I understand it, it may be possible to waive a second reading of this ordinance if all of the council people agree to it. If that is possible, I would like to request that this evening. The reason being, we have a buyer. The conservation easement that has been donated to Indiana Landmarks and the pending application for designation here, the buyer has been made aware of, and it is also in the listing on Realtor.com, so he is very aware. If anyone has any questions for me?
Questions for
I have a question. I do have a question.
Sure.
Councilwoman Cutler?
Thank you. I received this, of course, Thursday night and have not had a chance to thoroughly do enough research on making I think, an appropriate decision on this. So I'm not sure that I could move to adopt this tonight. But the building at that location, in my experience, appears to be a shell, a non-working shell, and a current rebuild facade that emulates sort of one stage of how the building looked in its history. And I'm not quite sure why, after 14 years of it being owned by Tim Stabos and being worked on it on and off, that now just before there's going to be a new owner, it's important to designate. I don't see why this couldn't be designated after the new property owner takes control of the place, as opposed to PEP, since you are selling it.
Well, part of the mission of PEP is to promote local designation of historic homes. In that capacity, we felt that it was important to protect George Wood Allen's home in any way that we could, which is why that we're seeking to designate before closing and have also donated the easement to Landmarks. And that has already been recorded with the county recorder.
Other questions for Ms. Rosenbaum? Councilwoman West?
Yeah, I do have a question. Why has this not been done soon, since it's been owned by Mr. Stabos since 2008? Why all of a sudden?
Well, PEP just
I mean, I
bought-
know you're,
Okay, PEP just bought the property from Mr. Stabos in March. And I have been working most of the summer on getting the history and the paperwork together to designate it. Why Mr. Stabos didn't do so, I can't answer.
Further questions?
Do you suspect the buyer will not file to have it under historic preservation? Is that what the rush is for?
We have no way of telling what the buyer would or wouldn't do. As I said, it's part of our mission to promote designation. Therefore, whether we had a buyer yet or not, we would be seeking local designation. It just so happened that a buyer was found way more quickly than we ever anticipated.
Do you know who, I try to stick to just getting the legal questions and not getting into their realm, but it looked like an LLC on the purchase agreement that I saw is purchasing the
Yes, it
building. Is
is.
that correct? Do you know who's behind that LLC? Because you guys have done a lot of work, no doubt about it. I walked down Indiana Ave, I've seen the work that you've been doing and others, but are they gonna continue to get this house to be habitable? Because as I understand, I think Councilwoman Cutler told me it's been 10 or 12 years since somebody's lived in the house, if that, I don't want to misspeak, but what's the buyer's plans with it, do you know?
To the best of my knowledge, excuse me, he intends for it to be a single-family owner-occupied dwelling. And I believe that's stated in the purchase agreement.
Further questions for Ms. Rosenbaum?
Is it a real estate investor, and that's why an LLC is purchasing it? Like, do they plan to flip
I
it?
don't believe so. I actually Googled the LLC, and what it appears to me is that it's a young man out of Valpo who is a physical therapist, and I don't know, I don't know his intent other than what is in the purchase agreement.
Was the house listed on the real estate, was it on the market, or how did he come about finding it?
Realtor.com.
It was on Realtor, okay.
Yeah, it's all over the multiple listing
Yep,
sites.
all right.
Further questions? Thank you, Ms. Rosenbaum. Further council discussion?
Well, I think I could say that I'm not comfortable suspending the rules. I believe that this house is about 150 years old, and within a small 50-year period, it was owned by a prominent architect. But currently, as the house sits, it is an empty shell. The facade that is currently on the house is not an original facade. It's based on an interpretation of photos that were found, and again, represents a look of the house for 50 years. And local designation at this time would limit a new buyer from possibly taking it back to its original look or making it a different look. And I think the positive thing is that this has been a rental unit for a very long time. And I've been aware as a third ward representative of the many times that code enforcement has been called out on the problems on this location. So at this time, I myself personally would not be comfortable suspending rules on this. And I think it needs a bit more research before our next meeting.
So if I do not have a motion,
Well, we need 100% to suspend the rules.
No, you
correct?
need, I confirmed it before the meeting started tonight, you need 2/3 to suspend the rules, but it's 2/3 of the entire council, meaning you would need 5 of the 6 members present to suspend the rules.
so if I do not have a motion to suspend the rules, we would move to the next meeting in January.
Correct.
So do I have a motion?
No, there'd be no motion then.
Can I ask one more question? Is it true that it is just basically a shell on the inside? Is there?
I'm sorry, Ms. Rosenbaum, if you could come for the record to the microphone.
Yes, it is a shell. It was gutted by the previous owner, and, Pep bought it in order to save it and to move it forward. As Councilwoman Cutler said, there were quite a few fines levied by code enforcement, but the first thing Pep did when we bought it was meet with Jeff Batchelor, identify his concerns, and the first thing we did after that was remedy his concerns first, and the cosmetic ones after.
Further questions? Thank you, Ms. Rosenbaum. Further comments from the council?
I guess I would just, from a legal perspective, I understand what Ms. Rosenbaum's saying, that she's saying the buyer is aware. I think we have an obligation to absolutely confirm that the buyer does know this and what the restrictions are, because that, if for some reason they don't know, they'd be buying something and not knowing maybe what restrictions could come with that. If there's some way you could have them here at the next meeting, or some sort of proof, that would, I would feel better advising the council from that perspective.
So we will move this to the second meeting in January. Councilwoman West, introduction of a resolution.
Your Honor, I move to introduce a resolution read for the first and only time in its entirety.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Clerk Treasurer Parthun.
Councilwoman Cutler.
Aye.
Councilwoman West.
Aye.
Councilwoman Konechny.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ficus.
Aye.
Councilman Frankie.
Aye.
Councilman Galloway.
Aye.
Councilman Vincent is not here.
Motion passes 6-0. Councilwoman West.
Resolution to transfer funds within the 2022 budget. Whereas there are additional monies needed in certain line items in the 2022 budget in order to pay for essential services and obligations. Now therefore be it, and it is hereby resolved by the Common Council of the City of LaPorte, Indiana, that the following transfers be made within the following budgets for the year 2022. From the General Fund Engineering, from Engineering Professional Services to salaries in the amount of $7,500. Seated Planner, from the Professional Services to salaries, it would be also $7,500. End of resolution.
Discussion? This information, or these dollars are for the new, I guess official title is,
What is the official title? It's the only salary that actually changed on the amendment for the salary ordinance.
Director of Community Development and Planning.
Yes, yep.
Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Further discussion? Clerk Treasurer Parthun.
Councilwoman Cutler.
Aye.
Councilwoman West.
Aye.
Councilwoman Konechny.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ficus.
Aye.
Councilman Frankie.
Aye.
Councilman Galloway.
Aye.
Councilman Vincent is not here.
Resolution passes 6-0. Other business. Couple of items, just a reminder to the public, the NIBC U.S. Marines basketball tournament will be Thursday through Saturday. ESPN will be here for 3 days, filming to one channel of their family of networks, and everybody will be there to be masked up, be safe. There'll be you can sit apart from everybody. We think this is a safe environment to bring in the top players and teams from across the nation. And we're excited about this opportunity Thursday through Saturday. Also, we have offered Zoom for everybody to feel comfortable being a part of the meetings and the process here. And COVID testing will be extended for 2 weeks at the depot, beginning again tomorrow, Tuesday through Saturday, 8 to 4. So, any other business by council?
Got a motion to adjourn?
Second.
I have a motion
Second.
and a second.
Ready to,
Discussion?
ready for the final
Hearing
roll call
none, Clerk
vote?
Treasurer Parthun.
Councilwoman Cutler.
Aye.
Councilwoman West.
Aye.
Councilwoman Konechny.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ficus.
Aye.
Councilman Frankie.
Aye.
Councilman Galloway.
Aye.
Councilman Vincent is not present.
Motion passes 6-0. We are adjourned. Happy New Year 2022.